Right, let's get a reaction now with ActionSA's Deputy Chief Whip in the Johannesburg Council. That's Lebogang Modukanene. Very good evening to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. You have welcomed the VIP protection policy judgment. In fact, as ActionSA, you voted against this policy in council. Would you tell us, maybe just put us into your confidence, what arguments were advanced that actually made this policy win in terms of the votes when it happened?
Okay, good evening and thanks for having me. So, ActionSA, as you have already known, we voted against this particular policy. And the reasons for us voting against this policy is because it was illegal. There were already provisions on steps to follow when a councillor's life is under threat. And one of those is that you report it to the Speaker's office, and then an assessment, a risk assessment will be done, and then you will get the security detail if your life is under threat. So there was no need for this particular policy to go through to council because it's a waste of the citizens' resources. As we've already stated as ActionSA, the money that's paid for this VIP protection could be used to repair and maintain our ailing infrastructure. We have a water problem in the city of Johannesburg, and that's where those resources could be diverted to, and not VIP protection, because it doesn't even begin to make logical sense. How do you protect yourself from the very people who voted you into council? If we really have a safety issue in the city of Johannesburg, then it is our duty as public representatives to create a safer Johannesburg, not seek protection from the people who voted us in.
Yeah. What did you hear from the other members that voted for this policy to be successful? What arguments did they advance to justify such excessive use of money from the council for protection that is not justified?
The main argument that came from the people who voted for this policy was, most of the time, we all know that we have a service delivery backlogs, we have service delivery issues, especially those of electricity and water. So residents would then go to councillors' homes, and then there would be a threat against councillors' lives, or they would they would just threaten councillors' lives. And yeah, so that was their main argument, that community marches to their houses and they feel like they need that protection. Hence, I said previously that rather focus on service delivery so that councillors don't have those threats against their lives, because most of the threats is purely just service delivery.
Yeah. So what conversations
that divert funds?
What conversations are you having with your partners in council, particularly with the ANC, with the development of this judgment?
Okay, so as we all know that by the time when we voted against that particular policy, we didn't have the arrangement that we have right now in occupying legislature seats in the council. So our communication with the ANC back then was fragile. Right now, we have a better communication with them and other parties that voted. So we will use our influence in legislature, since the safety of councillors also lies, that responsibility lies with the office of the Speaker. So we'll then use our influence there to speak to the other parties and to make sure that all policies like this going forward must be in line with the laws and the acts and the ministerial determinations. So yeah, we are busy talking to them, and our advice would really be not to appeal this, because we cannot further waste the citizens' resources in this. We've already spent a lot of money in that, and we can't do that further. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would that look like for ActionSA now that you are occupying the seats in the legislature? How will you utilize these positions to ensure that policy is consistent with the Municipality Act?
Yeah, that's why I say that at least right now, our communication with the GLU as a whole is better. We have more influence there, and we will talk to them, and we'll make sure when such policies go through, we will make sure that we sit down with them, we talk it through with them, and we'll influence, and we'll make sure that we will not support such policies in council.
Are you concerned at all that this power-sharing deal that you entered into with the ANC could be threatened with such judgments that you said you're having a different kind of conversation now with the ANC? Are you concerned that this could perhaps shake that foundation?
No. We're not scared. We were honest with the ANC from the beginning, and when we entered this kind of relationship with them, we did tell them that our positions are legislative positions, so it means that we will always hold the executive accountable, and we will never stop. So when we got into this agreement, they knew what they were getting ourselves in. We will always speak out if we see them not respecting the rule of law or such policies to go through to council. We will always speak up.
All right, thank you for that reaction. We certainly appreciate it. ActionSA Deputy Chief Whip there speaking to us and give us a reaction.